Ashen Empires is a retro MMORPG that has been around since 2002, but despite being released 20 years ago, it just recently had its Steam release. The game was inspired by Ultima Online and has very similar isometric style graphics. If you are not a fan of truly old-school MMORPGs or RPGs, I think it's safe to say that Ashen Empires won't be for you. The game is the sequel to the even older Dransic that was originally released in 1998. Both games are set in the world that is also called Dransic. Dransic was in fact also released on Steam at the same time as Ashen Empires, but Dransic has substantially less active players and the reviews are mixed. The games were developed by Asylum Soft, which is now known as Ironwool Games. Surprisingly, Ashen Empires is currently seeing quite impressive and stable concurrent player numbers on Steam for such an old title, peaking every day between 200 and 300 players. It currently has very positive reviews on Steam, mostly praising its gameplay, systems, and mechanics. Ashen Empires feels like a mashup of Ultima Online and Tibia, with a dash of pen and paper RPG. One of the best aspects of Ashen Empires is the old-school feel. There are no classes and no skill caps. Combat is skill-based and players can either use weapons to fight in melee combat or learn spells. Other gameplay features include dungeons, sailing, housing, and crafting. The graphics in Ashen Empires is about as good as you can expect from an indie isometric MMO from 2002, meaning pretty terrible. They do have their charm though, in a very nostalgic way. So if you are an old-school RPG player and a fan of games such as Ultima, or even Baldur's Gate, you might appreciate them. The sound in Ashen Empires features outdated 8-bit style music and sound effects, which can get pretty repetitive to listen to, but generally, it fits the mood and feeling of the game. Yes, Ashen Empires is free on Steam. It is monetized through an in-game store where you can buy expansion packs, XP boosters, containers and storage, skill resets, and much more. I wouldn't say Ashen Empires is heavily pay to win, but it does have some items in the store that will give you an advantage, or just make life in Ashen Empires a bit easier. Ashen Empires is a decent game for fans of old-school MMORPGs, but might not be everyone's cup of tea due to its poor graphics and outdated sound. However, the gameplay is interesting and engaging, making it worth checking out for fans of old-school MMOs and RPGs. Have you tried Ashen Empires? Let us know what you think of it in the comments below. And remember to subscribe for more MMO news and reviews.